when it does come up in conversation and you sit there and you're like, I'm scared of velvet, they're like, really?
Spiders. I hate spiders with a passion.
I'm scared of the concept of death.
Somebody who's already had 3 pints comes up and tells me why I'm wrong for believing in God. Those situations make me anxious.
Anxiety is more a state of mind. It is more a feeling, this feeling in your tummy, this feeling in your head that you are insecure within yourself.
It just kind of makes you want to crawl inside yourself and hide away. Like, that's the only physical way I can explain it.
My child walking up and down the stairs, them going to nursery and being kind of raised to some extent by other adults.
I'd say most people have something that they're anxious about, but they don't necessarily suffer from anxiety. It's the same with depression. You might say, I feel a bit depressed. That's not the same thing at all as suffering from depression. Any fear or phobia is based around anxiety, and that can cause health difficulties. Panic attacks are no fun. Feeling like you can't breathe.
Maybe not even that long ago, in mid-50s, people would put in institutions because they were being seen as insane. They probably were only anxious. They just couldn't cope with the situation they're in or what had happened to them. I think society has become more shallow, more materialistic and more shallow. It's all about achieving, buying, right now generation, isn't it? I want it now. That gives a lot of pressure on young people.
I think probably the media is they're kind of hungry and they've got like this thirst to kind of portray like grisly stuff or kind of horrible things.
But you can't avoid like the fact that you have to grow up and be in certain situations, so you do have to deal with them. The idea of talking to like people I've never met before and having to have a full-blown conversation makes you tense up, and I just can't even deal with it.
Do you think there's an added pressure now with the way that young people look physically and the way that they are, and that comes from Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all of that? If not used carefully, they can actually be quite destructive to how we view ourselves. I think we are losing that sense of responsibility to try and help ourselves out of it. So I think once we find that we might have a particular fear, we look to label it, and then it perpetuates.
We don't look after each other. It doesn't take much to be just nice. If we would all do that more, then there would be less stress levels and less anxiety, I think.
Our overall consciousness as a society has grown, and I think that can ultimately, it's only a good thing. It leads to positive change.
I don't think it's helpful to say that this is an age of anxiety anymore, that it's an age of unemployment or poverty. You can pick anything you like and say this is an age of, but I don't think you can generalise quite that much.